And we are ready to welcome David Wax Museum to Studio C. It is Audio-Technica Studio C. Liz with you today, and David Wax Museum is joining us. Very excited about this session because I haven't seen you guys play live yet, and they make really interesting, unique records. David and Suz and Greg are here from David Wax Museum. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Great to be here in Akron.
I want to start off with a song because I want everybody to get a feel for what you guys are doing.
All right. Sounds great. Oh, you're broken tell-eyes, you're broken tell-eyes, you're broken tell-eyes. I get too near, I get too near. Oh, time was kinda clockwise, time was kinda clockwise, time was kinda clockwise. In your rearview mirror, in your rearview mirror. Yes, Marie, yes, no, Marie, no. Your careless eye invites me just to see me go. Yes, Marie, yes, no, Marie, no. Your careless eye invites me just to see me go. Armadillo, I Dougie, don't listen. I Dougie, don't listen. I Dougie, don't listen. You've had your fill, you've had your fill. Oh yes, Marie, yes. No, Marie, no. Your careless heart invites me just to see me go. Oh yes, Marie, yes. No, Marie, no. Your careless heart invites me just to see me go. Oh, oh. Love's as loud as froth. Oh, love's as loud as froth. Oh, love's as loud as froth. You scheme the top, you scheme the top. Just an afternoon's afterthought. An afternoon's afterthought. An afternoon's afterthought. All you can feel are its aftershocks. Oh, yes, Marie, yes. Yes, no, Marie, no. Your careless heart invites me just to see me go. Oh, yes, Marie, yes. No, Marie, no. Like a blanket, your mouth is a water fountain. Your mouth is a water fountain. Your mouth is a water fountain. Tell me who a wedding cake is. Oh yes, Marie, yes, Marie, yes. No, Marie, no. Careless heart invites me just to see me go. Oh yes, Marie, yes, no, Marie, no. Careless heart invites me just to see me go. Your careless heart invites me. Thank you so much.
That was great. That's David Wax Museum in Studio C. They are opening up tonight for Tift Merritt at Beachland Ballroom, and in fact played a show in Canton last night at the Oracle. Thanks, guys. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
So I'm wondering if you can tell me about the instrumentation here, that you guys have some very unique instruments.
For sure. Well, I'll just start with my little thing. This is a Mexican guitar called a jarana jarocha. It looks like a ukulele. It's handmade by a family of instrument makers in southern Veracruz, Mexico, which is where a style of music called
called son jarocho is played traditionally, and it's a style that's been really influential and inspirational for us and for this project. So that's the little guy that I'm playing.
The percussion instrument I was playing is called a cajon, and it's a traditionally Afro-Peruvian instrument, and now it's kind of ubiquitous all over the large category of world music. Flamenco uses it, and we find it fits son jarocho music really well, because traditionally there's no percussion in that music. It's generally a woman or women and men dancing on a plywood box called a tarima, and so the percussive nature of the dance is what propels it percussively. But this is kind of a newer addition to our band, so it's been really fun to have it along and to kind of mimic the dance rhythms. So.
The only percussion instrument they do play down there in southern Veracruz is the jawbone of a donkey, which is the instrument that I have here. I didn't know this donkey. I did grow up with a donkey on a little farm in Virginia, but I don't think this is home free. But the instrument works because the teeth are still loose in their sockets and they rattle when you hit the side of it, so that's what makes that cool sound. And then I have a broken drumstick, which I use to play the make the other noises. And Greg's also got another cool instrument over here. Do you want to tell them about that?
Sure. This is called a leona, which means a lioness. And this son jarocho also has this nice particular linguistic thing about it, where they have a tendency to name the instruments according to the size of it, according to what corresponds in the animal kingdom. So there's a mosquito, which is really small, and then all the way up to lions. So that's what this is here. It's a 4-string bass.
It's not a very big one, so you can imagine the mosquito ones are very small. Yeah. Go through a lot of animals to get there.
Otherwise, I can't carry lionesses very well.
So how in the world did you guys come up with this music? I mean, I should say you guys are based in Boston, is that correct?
That's where the band got started.
So how did you learn to play the donkey jawbone, and where did this come from?
Well, when I graduated from college, I got a traveling fellowship, and they gave me money to go live in Mexico for a year, studying Mexican folk music. And I studied Latin American history and literature in college, and had been spending my summers in Mexico doing volunteer work, and had gotten interested in the music. And so it was a great opportunity for me to go down and actually learn a bunch of new instruments and learn a bunch of songs from teachers in a couple different regions of Mexico. And so while I was down there, I started writing songs using these new instruments, using the song structures, sometimes translating old songs into English or coming up with new English lyrics. And so got the idea to kind of, have that, kind of open the door to that influencing my own songwriting. And so when I got back to Boston, I met Suz, and we started the project 5.5 years ago. And she was already playing a lot of fiddle, and she grew up playing fiddle, but I convinced her to track down the donkey jawbone.
My brother's a farmer, so it wasn't too hard.
You guys want to play another song? It's David Wax Museum in Studio C.
This is a song called Vivian.
Like an egg, breathing its last breath in a frying pan. I take stock, oh what a mess of a man I am. I've grown as rotten as an old sweet tooth. I can't lie, but I've gotten good at telling half truth. Vivian, won't you take me in? Vivian, won't you take me in? I know how to wear things, but I don't know how to begin. Oh, Vivian. I'm calling to you. Vivian, won't you take me in? Vivian, won't you take me in? I know how to win things, but I don't know how to begin. Oh, Vivian. Vivian, won't you take me in? Vivian, won't you take me in? I know how to win things, but I don't know how to begin. Oh, Vivian.
It is the Summit and Audio-Technica Studio C. David Wax Museum is the band performing for us today. David, Suz, and Greg are here from David Wax Museum. That was a song called Vivian. Wonderful stuff, guys. And the new record's called Knock Knock Get Up. The band will be in town tonight for a show at Beachland Ballroom. And you guys really are an independent band in the sense that you have self-released, I think this is your 4th record, is that right?
That's correct.
And they're all self-released, you're not signed to a label. Is that an intentional choice? I've got to think that you're being courted by labels that want to put your music out.
Well, I guess I would say it's intentional. I mean, I think that it's not like people are banging down the door trying to get us to sign, but it's also just the reality of the music business right now. I mean, there's just, labels are struggling. They don't have a lot of money to, risk to take, risk on, new emerging bands. And we found that we can kind of, get by touring relentlessly and kind of really relying on our fan community to help, raise the money for the records. And we found a lot of success that way so far in terms of being able to build our own team to kind of put out the records independently and to feel like we have a lot of community support and we own the records, and that's hard for a lot of people to say, and so
yeah.
I think there's certain pros and cons to it, but we found that kind of for the way that this has grown in a real grassroots way, it's felt like kind of a natural, organic thing for us to do that on our own.
You mentioned fan funding for the records, and I think this new one was a fan-funded record, is that right?
Yeah, there's a wonderful website called Pledge Music that supports bands raising money for all sorts of projects, and so we were able to get our fans together, and I think they donated about $35,000 towards this record. So that didn't pay for all of it, but it paid for a nice chunk of it.
That's pretty good.
We worked hard all last year to pay for the rest of it. So,
yeah.
And in exchange, those fans got gifts, kind of thank you gifts, including hand-knit hats by the band. We could come cook you dinner for a special price. We gave house concerts and a signed donkey jawbone, things like that. So anyway, if you missed out on that, we'll probably be making another record someday. You can get it on that.
Get in on some dinner with David Wax Museum. Why don't you guys play one more for us?
All right, sure, we'd love to. This is another song from that new record, Knock Knock Get Up, and this is a song called Harder Before It Gets Easier, and it's based on a traditional Mexican folk song called La Tortolita, and so I've taken the rhythm from that traditional style from Michoacan, Mexico, and a couple of the thematic ideas, and made it into this song, so here goes.
You've been sobbing so hard you can barely breathe. You've been sobbing so hard you can barely breathe. You've been stitching your heart on the outside of your sleeve. You've been stitching your heart on the outside of your sleeve. You've been wrung out and then doused with grief in the ocean of time. This moment will be brief, will be brief. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Knock, knock, fate was at the door. Knock, knock, too loud to ignore. Knock, knock, we were unprepared. Knock, knock, fate, it does not care. Muddled position of our hearts will shift. Position of our hearts will shift. Someday this burden of loving will lift. Burden of loving will lift. And the difference between wrong and right will close like a fist. Now judgment bears on us to be swift, just like this. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Knock, knock, fate was at the door. Knock, knock, too loud to ignore. Knock, knock, we were unprepared. Knock, knock, fate, it does not care. Baby's born in a mud hut. Baby's born in a mud hut. With a worm fastened to his gut. With a worm fastened to his gut. Most doors open briefly, then they are shut. Circle of life is a wheel that gets stuck in a rut. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Oh, I know it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. Knock, knock, fate was at the door. Knock, knock, too loud to ignore. Knock, knock, we were unprepared. Knock, knock, fate, it does not get. Knock, knock, fate was at the door. Knock, knock, too loud to ignore. Knock, knock, we were unprepared. Knock, knock, fate, it does not care.
That's great. It is David Wax Museum, Audio Technica Studio C here at the Summit. We want to thank David and Suz and Greg for playing for us. You guys look like you're having so much fun on stage.
Man, it sounds great in this room.
Yeah, and you said you tour relentlessly, and it seems like you guys really love what you're doing. I hope I'll see you at South by Southwest this year.
Oh yeah, we'll be down there.
Austin,
So we're going to be on
Texas.
tour until then, actually.
I feel like this is like the perfect music for Austin this year. That's going to be fun. The band is in town tonight playing Beachland Ballroom, and I believe you guys are opening up for Tiff Merritt, so if you're headed up, get there early so you can catch the band. David Wax Museum. And that song was called Harder Before It Gets Easier. It's from the new record, Knock Knock Get Up, and there's a video for that one. Tell me a little bit about the video.
Well, has anyone here seen it? We put on about 16 layers of face paint each.
I was going to say, it
fun or
looked
not fun?
like it maybe was a little claustrophobic, you know?
Well, just the thing is about having green face paint in your ear for the next week or two is not the most pleasant thing, but it was worth it because it was in the name of art. And it's a really fun video where we're kind of singing the song with these incredible colorscapes on our faces and behind us. And we painted our hands and had friends come in, and we made an accordion out of hands, face-painted hands. Does that make sense? Anybody?
Yes.
If not, the video, by the way, is on the Summit Facebook page if you want to
Also on our website.
see
yeah.
what's up.
Anyway, it was fun, but I'm glad it just was a one-time endeavor.
David Wax Museum here in Studio C. We want to thank you guys so much for stopping by to play for us.
Oh,
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
having us.
much.
Pleasure. Thanks for supporting independent music.
Yeah, Studio C at the Summit. Did you guys want to play one more?
Yeah, we were gonna do one more for you. Do you guys have time here? Yeah. All right. I know it's not on air,
I
right?
thought we were just doing 3, but we could do
It's not on air though, right?
No,
It's just for these guys. Is that okay?
that's
Just a
that's
special
perfectly
exclusive
fine.
thing, just for you guys into that? All right. Cool. Thanks for coming out during your middle of your day. Come listen to music. We're like you said, we're playing tonight, and Tiff Merritt's wonderful. So if you're interested in good music, you're gonna really love her. She's just an incredible songwriter, and yeah, really honored to be on tour with her. So. And we've got a bunch of stuff here if you guys want to look at. Our CDs are just $10, and we've got vinyl records and posters and T-shirts and a mailing list if you want to get on it. Because we
And the
come
most
through.
friendly person in the world, Bart, to help you out. He's over there. The band took a trip to Mexico last year, and David had met Bart in Mexico, and he was still down there. And I just thought Bart would be the most amazing tour manager, so I kind of hinted at it, like gently suggested. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm busy. I'm down in Mexico. I'm a writer." And so just a couple months ago, Bart emailed us and said, "Guys, I was up in Maine in a cabin writing, working on my novel, and I turned on the radio, and I heard this voice I recognized, and it was one of our songs, a new songs being played on the radio." And so I thought that was my in. So I wrote him back and said, "Hey Bart, interested in tour managing?" And he succumbed to our please. So he's here with us for these 6 weeks, and we just love having him. So just say hi to Bart, even if you don't buy anything. And if you do want to stay in touch, it's free. You can put it on our special mailing list, which is an iPad. It's very fancy. You type in your name, and then you become part of our mailing list. So if you'd like to do that, it's right over there in the red holder. All right, this is a Mexican song called La Guacamaya.
Pobrecita guacamaya, ay qué lástima me das, ay qué lástima me das, pobrecita guacamaya.
Pobrecita guacamaya, ay qué lástima me das, ay qué lástima me das, pobrecita guacamaya.
Te cortarán las alas, zorra, como volarás, pobrecita guacamaya, ay qué lástima me das.
Si te cortarán las alas, ahora cómo volarás, pobrecita guacamaya, ay qué lástima me das.
Vuela, 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 vuela palomita, ¿cómo quieres que vuele si me falta la salida? Vuela, vuela, los tiradores, dile a los tiradores, guacamaya sale el campo.
Guacamaya sale al campo y dile a los tiradores, guacamaya sale al campo.
Que no te lastiman tanto, tú eres reina de amores. Guacamaya sale el campo y dile a los tiradores.
Y no te lastima tanto, tú eres reina de amores. Guacamaya sale al campo y dile a los tiradores.
Vuela, 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 vuela palomita. ¿Cómo quieres que vuele si me faltan las salidas? Vuela, 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 vuela palomita. ¿Cómo quieres que vuele si me faltan las salidas? Vuela, 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 vuela palomita. ¿Cómo quieres que vuele si me falta la salita? Vuela, 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 vuela palomita. ¿Cómo quieres que vuele si me falta la salita?